Kim Sudan, if you have YouTube, you could just go over there. Thank you guys for the likes. I appreciate. You guys could check me out on YouTube as well. Let me continue to share out. Tonight we're speaking on the truth. So if you would like to come live and share with us about the truth, we would love to have you. It would be exceptional. Oh, I hear my friend. Are you in the building? Headset still ain't trying to sync up. I don't know if it's the phone or the headset. Either that or your volume is really, really low. Thank you guys for coming through and for liking the live and for sharing out the live. We're speaking on truth tonight. Thank you for chilling with us. Get your glass some water. Get yourself a glass of water. Lady Empress, is your headset not working or is the phone mic not working? I can't hear you. Greetings, Mr. Hicks. How you doing? Thank you guys for coming through the live. Thank you, Ada, for coming through the live. I appreciate. Tonight we're speaking on the truth. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming through our live tonight. We're just getting set up. Just waiting for my guests. How are you, beautiful people? Mr. Hicks would like to know. Tonight our conversation is on the truth and nothing but the truth. That's what we're speaking about. If you'd like to join our conversation, please send a guest request. We're having multiple guests tonight. And also, there's a goal up there. So feel free to like the conversation and share the conversation as well. Lady E, what is our prognosis? Just came in to show some love. I'm about to go prepare for my class on Saturday. Okay, yes, yes, yes. Okay, thank you, Ada. I appreciate you coming through. That was beautiful of you. Thank you. Thank you. Gratitude to you. And congratulations on your event on Saturday. I know it's going to be good. I know it's going to be real good. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate. Thank you very much. Lady E, did we get our headset working? Hey, greetings to our YouTube community. Thank you guys for coming through. Welcome in. I see you, but I don't hear you. Okay. Greetings, lady. Thank you for coming through the live. I appreciate. Tonight we are speaking on the truth. Go ahead to hit some hearts as you come through and chill with us. Get some water, get some popcorn, come and chill with us. We're speaking on the truth tonight. Usually we have our conversations from 8 p.m. to about 10:30 p.m. and it's always a hoot. Also, if you have YouTube, thank you so much, lady. I appreciate that. Welcome in. Thank you guys for the likes. I really appreciate the engagement. Y'all know how the engagement works on TikTok. If you don't like it, they don't send it out. That's how the engagement works. So if you see me looking over here, that's YouTube. If you see me looking over here, that's TikTok. Okay. And my co-host is right there. She's getting all set up. Tonight, I am very, very stoked about our conversation. We will be speaking on the truth. And hey, lady, did you want to come live and speak about the truth and tell us some of your truth? So let me tell you guys what prompted this conversation tonight. So I left a comment under Shannon Sharp's video on YouTube. And I said that Monique, Auntie Mo, was giving us her version of the truth. Monique, she was giving her truth, right? And someone, yes, I hear you now. Yes.
Thank God. Okay.
I can't see you though, but I can hear you.
I gotta move some stuff around. Hold on.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna mute you for a sec.
Yes, that's
Okay. So I put under the post, I said Auntie Mo is telling her truth, right? And someone left a comment and they said that why is it her truth? What happened to the truth? So my question tonight is, do you think it should be your truth, their truth, or the truth? And who gets to call it the truth? Who gets to say? That's my question tonight. Who gets to call it the truth? Let us know, community. Let us know what you're thinking out here. I'm very intrigued to know because that's quite an interesting perspective. Whose truth is it really? If I am telling it, it's my truth. That's what I say. But if you're telling it, then I am saying that that's your truth because it might not be the truth for all the parties involved, right? Thank you. Thank you so much for the likes, right? We don't know whose truth it is, but who gets to say it's a lie? That's the other thing. That's the absolute other thing. Who gets to say it's not the truth? It's going to be a good conversation tonight because if I'm telling you my story and how things impacted me, then that's my truth over here, right? What you think, Mr. Hicks? What you think? You think that there's my truth, your truth, and the truth? Or is it the truth when I am telling it? You know? What you think, Lady E? Community, what do you guys think as you come in? What do you think is the truth? Oh, welcome in, welcome in. I am interested to know. Let me know what you guys think about this whole scenario about the truth. Because, in my understanding, when it comes down to telling the truth, there's only what you say is the truth in the moment. Because how can someone else tell you the impact of their action, the impact of their words? It depends on the person. Exactly, Mr. Hicks, exactly. It absolutely depends on the person, which means it's subjective, right? Greetings, Wallace. We're speaking on the truth. So as you come in, like, comment, join in, right? I think it depends on who's telling the truth, right? I think it depends on who's saying what. What do you say, Lady E?
I think that it's individualized because like when you can have a conversation, say it's you and I, right? And people can literally say, is Kim Sue, Alonda, and then the truth. There's three sides to every story because the perception that's seen on the outside of everyone else looking, we don't know what that is. That, the truth that shows up for them may not be the truth that's there for us.
Absolutely.
So,
there we go. Ah, there you are. Absolutely.
she knows she wrong, y'all. She done woke me up. I was asleep. I woke her up yesterday.
Listen,
I hope I'm fine.
that's how we preserve the lovely. That's how we preserve. Okay. But that comment really had me stumped.
Yeah, I think it's individualized. I really do because what I see in something may not be the same that somebody else sees. So that's my truth. And now if my truth resonates with you, now that means we're on the same frequency. But someone can hear. It's just like if you go and read a Bible verse, right, and then you go back and read it tomorrow or next week or next month, something else is going to resonate from you. I think that's what happens for individuals with people, you know?
Especially with the truth. Especially with the truth. I am saying that what if I am telling my truth, right? I'm telling my truth to you, and you're the receiver of my truth, right? How can you tell me whether it's the truth or not? That's the question. How can you say whether it's the truth or not?
You can't. You can't. you I can't tell you what your truth is. You can't tell me what my truth is.
That's good. That's good. Wait, hold on. We gonna play switch the cameras tonight. Listen, guys.
Look, cause you good at that. I forget.
So look, this is really good what you said, because there's your truth and my truth, right? But the person that left the comment said, why is it's Monique's truth? Why isn't it the truth? Right? And I said, but that's her truth. That's she's telling us her experience. She's telling us her impact. She's telling us her story, her version of the situation, right? So how can we say it's not the truth? What you say?
I think that her truth is a harsh truth. And the reason that many people can't get with her, you know how you hear there's people, either you like Monique or you don't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
There's no in between people for her.
Yes.
And we know what that's like, because people either like us or they don't. And it don't make you know, never mind, you know, when they don't.
That's right.
Or when they do. Like, we don't try to change up who we are because of that, because that's our truth. So I think that her truth is rugged, it's out there, it's the things that people lack to say, but they see it. It's the sideliners that, you know, want to look on, the onlookers, or I just want to watch what's happening, what they're going to do, you know, but I would never say that. Well, why wouldn't you, if that's the truth you see? So is what people believe a lie? Is what they believe a lie, and then their life becomes the facade.
That's good, because that's the next question. Here we go. I like it. Okay, here's the next question.
Let me get my protection. I'm listening. Let me get my protection.
Okay, now, who gets to call it a lie? Who gets to say? Because there are people that are saying it's a lie, right? But who gets to say it's a lie when it's not their experience? It's not their impact. It's not them who received the whatever situation. So again, if I am telling you the situation, how can you call it a lie? Who gets to dictate? Greetings, Miss Janie. Welcome. Let me know if you want to come on up. Right?
Well, I think anybody gets to say it's a lie. Anybody, they can say it's a lie if they want to. Right? Who's stopping them from saying it's a lie? Ooh, I love the background. We have free will. Hey, Miss Janie, thank you. Hey. We have free will. Free will, free choice. You can choose to say something is a lie, and many people do, because they try to protect attachments that belong to them. True. Or they may think they belong to them. They try to protect them. You know, people are people are a protector of things and people. So even if the truth is in their face, they still gonna tell themselves a lie to protect the thing or the person.
Mr. Hicks said the person who doesn't believe or accepting it as the truth, I think is what he's saying. The person who doesn't believe or accepting it, right? That's the receiver, right? Because yes, thank you. Okay. Miss Janie, the question on the stand tonight is, wait, let me come up because I know what happens with the screen when there's no one there. I learned. I'm learning this TikTok. Miss Janie, the question is, who gets to call it a lie? If it's your experience and it's your impact, who gets to say it's a lie?
Well, of course, the person that's saying it, they're the one that's going to say it's a lie, even though you're experiencing it. The person that's saying it is always going to protect themselves, no matter what. It can be a lie, but they're still going to protect themselves. They are. They're not going to say, "Oh, I lied. I'm not." They're not going to do that.
That's an interesting.
They should. Some people do, but most people don't.
Now that's a perspective. So the person, okay, all right, the person that's calling it out. Okay, Miss Janie.
Yeah, the person that's saying it's a lie.
Mr. Hicks over there talking about facts.
Yeah, I mean, the person that's saying it, you know, and you can be hurting somebody else knowing that you're lying, but they don't care. They don't care. They want everybody to look at them and say and believe them. That's why I'm good with people. I don't have time for that.
This is exactly why we're talking about the truth tonight. This is exactly why, because we get to these states where we don't want to be hoodwinked and bamboozled anymore. Just straight talk, straight conversation, you know? And some people will call it being adults, but we know adults that don't speak straight talk. They like that going around the merry-go-round. You know? Yes, the popping peas. Wait.
I always say, bless those that, what did I say? I forgot my saying. Oh, bless those that bless me and curse those that. Oh, I'm saying it wrong. I forgot my own saying, so nothing.
Go ahead, Lady E.
Miss Janie.
Yeah.
So, okay, let me get this right. You saying the average person in society that we run into would lie and not tell the truth and say that that's their truth.
Yeah, to protect themselves, to make themselves look good. Most people want to make themselves look good. Most people want to make themselves look good. You know me, at my age, I'll tell you, hey, I was wrong. I'm sorry, you know. And you can accept the apology if you want to or don't, but at least I got it off me. You know?
Exactly. Now, what you just said right there.
I'm not afraid to apologize.
You said, at least I got it off me.
Yes.
So these individuals that are operating in the realm of, oh, I'm gonna lie to make myself look good. That's not mental clarity. There's some confusion up there, because if you're willing to lie, thinking I'm gonna tell a lie to make myself look good, that's gonna run out.
Oh yes. Yeah. Oh yes, definitely. Oh yes, please no.
You can't show up to that.
And to me, I feel like if you're past a certain age, sit down somewhere, okay? What's wrong with you?
I agree. I totally agree.
But see, you know, we said something.
Ain't no way of holding nothing back. Me, there's nothing. No, why should I hold anything back? And I won't, because I don't want all this negative stuff on me.
I agree, Miss Janie.
Whatever you Whatever you're saying, I said, oh no, baby, I rebuke that, and that goes back to you 3 or 4 times more because that ain't me.
Some people grow up. Some people grow up, and some people just grow old. Some people grow up, and some people grow old. That's a fact.
I'm never got fingers on that.
I mean, age don't have, to me, age don't have anything to do with telling the truth.
Yes.
And, you know.
But I just said after a certain age, you just sit down somewhere. What's wrong with you?
Because age really don't have anything to do with it. It's integrity and unburdening yourself. The truth is really about lightening your load. That's all it is. Why would you want to carry around a lie? It's so bad for the stomach. I say that to people all the time. Lies will keep your hair bald. It'll keep your stomach huge. You can't carry, it'll make your knees hurt. It'll make your neck hurt. It'll make your lower back hurt. If y'all could prove these things, like this is for real, lying is dangerous for the body. The body is not meant to have lies stored in it. It's toxic. It really is. Y'all please check that. Check that out. Like for real.
That's why I was saying with that part that Miss Janie said, that I got to get that off of me. That's why I said that last part that she said is so imperative for people to understand, because if you done told a lie about something, you wearing that. You wearing it like a coat, and you walking around with it in your organs.
That's right.
Until you tell the truth, you walking around with it.
Correct. It's unhealthy. It's an unhealthy mind state. It's an unhealthy living state. And it is just not good for being at all. It just isn't good for being. I know folks make a lot of investment in lies, but they never check to see what it's doing to their minds, what it's doing to their skin, what it's doing to their internal organs. Nobody checks to see what the benefits of telling the truth is. Like I literally tell people, you tell the truth and free yourself up like you could fly. There's no need. There's no need at all. That's why tonight I wanted to come in and speak about this truth factor, really get into this and all the ways that we say is the truth, but who really gets to call it the truth? Who really gets to do that? Who's the person that gets to say, oh, well, I am saying it to Miss Janie, so it's the truth. Is it the truth? Because I say, because right now we're in a time in the world where if you don't check it, you don't know if it's the truth. Right?
Yeah, you know, the thing with when you say who gets to say it, I think both parties have the opportunity to say whether it's true or not. Both parties have the opportunity to say it. The consequences will be different for both parties. You know, the consequences will be different.
That's true. But when people lie, I just don't fool with it. I don't let it bother me. I get it off me and I move on. I just don't have time.
That's like that. That last room that we were in. I spoke my piece. I went and I did a reel behind it because truth is truth. You're not gonna tell me something that I did that I know that I didn't do. How you were telling me what I did? Like you can't tell me what I physically did. Like I'm the physical being. How you gonna tell me that I ran around somewhere where I don't even know nobody?
Like, this is what I'm saying.
I'm new to Georgia. I've only been here 4 years. I don't know anybody in Atlanta, but anybody who may have heard whatever on through the reels that came out, and none of my reels spoke in the way that she spoke to me. None of my reels called her names or anything. However, I even did a reel saying, you're really intelligent. And I get that sometimes when people can't express themselves, when they run out of words that they understand, they get over into curse words that don't behoove you. So see, I have a way of letting you know, like, don't do that, child. So, and that's exactly what I did, and I left that real right there. But you know, the difference is the compassion that I have from myself, because people make mistakes. I make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is perfect. And because I only came into that live because you were there. I saw you there, Kara was there. Like, I didn't even know it was her live until I was in there. And then next thing I know, it was a thing to come up to the thing. And, you know, then she's crying. You know, all of this, it was like a chain of events. Like, you know, I'm like, whoa. I'm like, please don't cry. Don't cry. You know, I don't want to see anybody cry. Even if you have called me the B word, I don't want to see you cry. You know what I'm saying? Over somebody reporting your video? Like, come on.
It depends on what you're attached to.
Yeah.
Come on. Y'all remember? Come on, we spoke about this. Depends on what you're attached to. Remember, Miss Janie?
Yep, it's about the attachment.
Yeah. So many people, they can't take the truth because that's what I spoke. And as soon as I started to speak it, it was, oh, let me get her off the stage. And then block. I'm good. Keep on blocking. Because I don't come check for you no way. You the one got a whole nother page because I blocked your last page. You got a whole nother page for what exactly? Yeah. Okay.
Y'all see what happens with the truth? And now if the other party was here, they would be telling their truth, how it landed on them. This is why I say, who can tell you your truth? You see how it works? This is
Perception.
Okay. All right. So my next question is this, because when we are talking about the truth, people usually say, human beings, my fellow human beings, usually say that omitting information is still telling the truth. Omitting certain informations is still telling the truth. Do you think that still counts as a truth if you omit information when you are choosing to tell this person information? Do you think you're telling the whole truth if you omit some information?
No, that's a lie. If you're not telling the whole truth,
that's a lie.
Yeah,
that's a lie. If you omit what's there to be seen, how is that telling the truth? But now, see, this gets over into ethics, because that's another way of looking at. You have moral ethics, and you have many other type of ethics. You know what I'm saying? You have moral values. You know what I'm saying? Some people will feel like, I mean, it's kind of like, say you got word that a loved one was in a car accident and in the hospital and passed away, and their significant other was at home, but you knew them. Would you call them on the phone and say that? Or would you say, hey, are you at the house? I'm going to come by and get you because I need to take you somewhere.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that omission it's not a lie until they say, well, why I need to go somewhere with, I just need to take you somewhere, you know. Yeah. But you're trying to are you trying to protect them from what could cause like them spiraling out of control, maybe? So at that point, is that mode there?
Ooh, let's find out. Go ahead, Miss Janie. What say you?
I said that's protection right there. When you're trying to, without telling them over the phone, you meet up with them. to tell them.
Yeah. Eternal fire, Miss Eternal Ether, Miss Nema. How are you? Welcome to the conversation.
You and these names, I tell you.
I'm just trying to catch up to what's going on.
Oh, so we are speaking on the truth tonight. We are speaking about the truth. Who gets to call it the truth? Who gets to call it a lie? And the question on the table is, if you are wait, I forgot my own question because I got all of them in my head. That's why you write. This is why Lady Empress said write stuff down. This is exactly why she said that. Are you shaking your head? Yes, she's shaking her head. Okay, so the question on the table is, if you, Lady Empress, what was the question again?
It was, I'm sorry, I'm laughing because that happened to me last night. But it was if you omit.
Oh yes,
the truth.
omit. That's the word that just went out my brain. Yes, if you omit information when you choose to tell someone something, right? If you omit information, would you call that lying, or would you call that telling the truth? Nema?
I think I need a better explanation or example of the word. Can you spell
Oh,
word for
omit.
me?
Oh yes, to leave out information. To leave out information, omit.
I could give the example again because she might not have been here.
Yeah, if you're leaving out information.
If you're leaving out information, do you still call it the truth, or do you call it lying?
Like if you purposely leave out information?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what we call a papel. Oh yeah, that's a lie.
That's a
I think she was about to say a pathological liar.
I think my connection is bad.
we hear you fine. We hear you, but do you hear us well? Nema?
Oh no, I was just saying liar in a different language. No, I didn't for a second. Now I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we all agree that leaving out information, telling and omitting information is a lie, right? But I'll tell you something. I had a kid that told me he's telling the truth, and he left out like 80% of the truth. And he was telling me, but I told you the truth, and then I'll add a piece. And then he'll be like, but I'm telling you the truth, and then I'll add another piece. He's like, yeah. Right? That's why I wanted to ask if you feel like leaving out information is still telling the truth, because I know people that will argue that they still told you the truth, even though they left out a chunk of the information.
I think that sometimes I think sometimes that's according to how a person was raised too. I think that because I have run into individuals that I've dealt with where particular details, they context clues and things like that, they don't pick up even watching the same situation happen or unfold. Like we're both there, we both see, but there's pertinent things that they miss that could cause danger to themselves, but they not recognize it. And I think that's like part of growth and development when young, being able to make sure that a person understands contact clues and details that you should be paying attention to. So those type of people show up in life these days where they really do feel like they're telling the truth. That's what they saw, even though they missed it. And a lot of times what I've found is that those type of people, they have struggle with reading comprehension, understanding, what they're reading, like the main ideas.
Yes.
So they miss that part. And to us, it shows up as a pathological liar. To them, anxiety builds up when the questions start, to being asked, and you start seeing those shifty eyes. You can always tell someone that they know that, okay, I really don't understand, or I saw something, but I don't know if I should say. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Their eyes become shifty because they're holding that in their body. They're holding that information. So the eyes react. I mean, when you think about police officers, when they bring people in for, a crime, they look at those type of behaviors, the shiftiness in the eyes and things like that, are dead giveaways to whether or not they're telling the truth or not.
That's right. That's right. I agree. Anyone else wanted to share on this point?
Yeah, I just feel like there's so many different circumstances that could play out. And like she said, it has a lot to do with how you were raised. Because even though you could look at psychology as a factor and look for those certain things, but like for someone like me, I feel like I have really weird, odd mannerisms, because when you're communicating with the spirit world and people see you, like your eyes drift off all the time because you're hearing things. Because, for example, when someone lies to me or has lied to me, sometimes I will hear the truth automatically in a voice. Say, for example, they tell me they're 27 and I hear 23. And so I'm looking like, why is this person saying this? So I'm kind of like, just pause for a second. I'm looking to the side. I'm just like, okay, I'm not even like going to be in this conversation, because once they already do something like that, I just check out.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, when I was raised by so many different people, so I never had. Right.
Remember, you went out there. You never had what? We missed the ending.
They should do or not do. Oh no, I said I didn't have someone growing up like ever to me about these type of things. So it's like I had to learn everything the hard way, and I had to just be very, very observant.
It was like trial and error through it all.
Basically, yeah.
Where you were sitting before, you were in a good place, and then somewhere where you are now, you're going in and out. It's showing it's showing that you're in a good place now, but you probably moved somewhere because the antenna came up and said you're in a poor location. I don't know how it does that. How does TikTok know the business?
Yeah, because on mine it says she only has like one bar.
Yeah, you can see it too?
Yeah, I can see it on hers, but I don't see that on like Miss Janie's or yours or mine.
Wherever you were standing before, Nemo, the reception there was perfect. Right now, the reception isn't that good. So you ladies, I want to say that you guys are tying in. This is what I love about spiritual work, okay? With each answer, you guys are tying in the next question. You guys are marvelous, marvelous. And I always say thank you, because y'all are so opulent. Can I tell you? All right. So the next, go ahead. I see your hand up there over there.
When you started telling Eternal Ether where she was sitting, where she sat was better than where she's sitting now, something came to me. This that resonates with this, because where you sit, for all of us, where you sit now,
mm-hmm.
is where you already sat.
Ooh.
Where you sit now is where you already sat. And what you see now is what you already see.
Break it down. Break it down.
So, like right now, when we talk about, we visualize, you know, a community. Where we sit now is where we already sat.
I gotcha.
So, you know, like that reference from Reverend Ike on the theater.
Mm-hmm.
As I walk into the theater of my mind,
Oh yeah,
and look upon the stage of my imagination,
yes.
I see myself.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
You love that one?
I love that. Oh, that look, I like to fell out the chair. I like to fell out the chair because I'm like, that is, oh my gosh, you know what I'm saying? So when you think about thought and producing things, if you just close your eyes, y'all, and think about walking into the theater, and that when you walk in, you're inside of your mind. And when you look forward, you see a stage. And on that stage, you can see yourself doing what? Exactly
what you're doing right now.
Whatever thought or your mind or ideal your mind holds, you can visualize yourself doing that. So, you know, and when Nima said there's a lot of different scenarios, like when I said, like if someone passed away and you had to call them, you're their friend, you know that they were in the car accident. Are you going to call them on the phone? Oh my, your husband just got in a car accident and flew through the window. You're not going to do that on the phone. You're going to be like, hey, you at the crib? I'm about to come by. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to come by. We need to go for a ride. At least that's what I would do. I'm not going to tell you that over the phone. Like,
it's easy to say that when you're not in the situation, but because I've been in so many traumatic situations, like it never actually plays out like that. Like we hope that we could do that we could actually go to someone's house, sit and talk to them about it. But like,
I've been in that situation.
Or like fear, when panic or fear comes up in those situations, I think that's the hardest thing is to tell someone else what has happened to someone they love. And it's also like the telephone game, right? It's like even when you're trying to relay information about something that's already happened, we can not purposely like leave out information, but because depending on the situation, it's just not coming to mind, right? Because it can play out different than what actually happened. Because it's just like, you know, looking at things from different angles, all of those different angles, if you're standing at like a scene of an accident and every single person saw it from a different angle, not any of them are lying, but they all saw it from a different angle from where you were not standing. So it gets a little tricky in certain situations, but I can't say that I would hope that I could calmly tell a person, like I've noticed I am great now in traumatic situations just because I already been through it all, that I can respond like a first responder. But like in the past, being actually in the situations and having to like build up that thick skin for it, now I can probably do that, you know. But back in the day when it was actually like I was going through the schooling of it, I can't say that I always reacted with the way that or responded the way that I should have.
It's funny you would say that, how you mentioned two things when you said first responder, because, you know, I am a first responder. I am a nurse, but I'm a person first. And I've been through some of these traumatic events, and I guess that's what made me being or becoming a first responder or a nurse so comfortable. Because I always think about the outcome, because your thought is what's going to manifest. And I know you missed yesterday, but that's what we talked about yesterday with attachments. What you think about, what you attach yourself to. When an attachment is a part of a situation, it becomes difficult to operate. But because the situation is still the situation, like the situation doesn't change. What changes the situation is the attachment to it. So if this person was in a car accident and you didn't know their husband, you didn't know them, that changes your thought and what you would do. Yeah, but if you know them, that changes your thought process. The situation is still the situation, but your thought about what you do is that's what's going to manifest. That's what's going to become the demonstration. You know. So if I called my friend and told them that on the phone, I have to think about how is she? Are you alone? How are you going to react? You know, if you're alone, I think you may need some support. So let me come by if you're at home. I got something to talk to you about. I'm not going to tell you that your husband's dead on the phone, because that attachment. And if I didn't know the person, and you know, as in my career, I'm not just going to walk out to the weight room and say, yeah, he died. That's, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's when we get over into like moral values and you know, ethics, moral values, how you think about something, that thought is what's going to be manifested.
And what about the paramedics or first responders that have what they call compassion fatigue?
Well, compassion fatigue that's a whole nother thing, because you're talking about a set of individuals that most of them are working and they don't even have compassion for themselves.
But I also wanted to interject that the conversation topic tonight is telling the truth. And I wanted to find out, how did we get to this topic here? And I'm sorry. I just wanted to know, how did we? I'm not sure.
We got here because
from the question.
Yes, Nima was saying, she had mentioned that she doesn't think that Nima. Well, you know what you said. What you say in reference to the question? Like I had gave the scenario of someone flying out of the car.
Yeah.
At that point, you know, is that omitting the truth? You see what I'm saying? Is
that
person lying?
Yeah, I was saying that, you know, just the possibility of several different people seeing it from different angles, but I don't remember exactly what I said. Yeah, and like none of them are alive, but they all saw it from a different angle. Right? So when you're having a conversation with someone about omitting the truth, and yeah, I don't know where that was going. I'm just gonna leave that alone. I shouldn't even be on here. I wasn't planned because I got work done early and then I seen y'all on. So maybe I should just listen this time because I'm very tired.
I wanted to know because I felt like we were straying further and further away from the truth. And this is exactly why I wanted to have this conversation, actually, because that's what happens with the truth. That's what greetings, Farmer J. Pizza and what? Peace, blessings, and pizza toppings.
Thank you. Help himself.
Thank you, Farmer J. Greetings. Welcome to our conversation on the truth. We were speaking about all of the ways that truth impacts us, and we saw how it impacts, because truth is filled with subjection and truth is filled with perception. That's what I just learned hands-on right now, because the way I would feel about the truth is certainly not the way anybody else would feel about the truth. And that's what we saw with the example. Miss Janie, you was saying something? Oh, okay. Right? Definitely. I have another question about this, people. I wanted to go initially with the impact. The impact. You guys really, really nailed it. The impact, as we can see what the impact cost us. Somebody's playing music. We can see what the impact is costing us, right? And I want to know, what has telling the truth cost you? That's the question. What has telling the truth cost you? Who would like to go first?
I would.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Miss Janie.
Okay, telling the truth. A lot of times people don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to accept the truth. The truth hurts some people.
Mm.
And be quiet, my husband's talking. And the truth is difficult. It is. The truth is difficult. But then again, when you tell somebody the truth, it might hurt somebody. And you're not trying to hurt them, you're just trying to tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You're just trying to speak your truth. Because if you lie, that lie's on you. I don't want nothing on me. Because I want to be able to go sleep clear, fresh, everything.
Feels good. Feels good. That's it, Miss Janie? You're complete?
Well, that's it until something else come up. But go ahead. I'm done right now.
Nema, you wanted to go next?
Yeah.
What has telling the truth cost you?
The telling the truth has cost me to not have a relationship with my whole family. Like my entire family.
Really? Tell us about that.
Because I stand for so much integrity. And I think I had mentioned the little parts of this before, but a younger cousin that I raised her and her siblings. They were the ones I started raising at, I was in 6th grade. And I used to walk over to their house because the house that I stayed at, the uncle by marriage was a pastor and had raped me when I was younger. So I would do anything just to get away from their house, right? And so I kept this from everybody for a long time until it came up in my own healing sessions and, basically in the spirit world, healed all my organs and everything like that, right? So long story short, she invites me to her wedding. I'm on my way to a powwow and I was just like, this is hard. Like, this is a lot in just one conversation. Because I already told her what happened. I said, if you invite this predator, I'm sorry, but like, it will be a bloodbath. Like, there's just no way. Like, I would do that to you. I love you too much not to make a scene. And this is really heartbreaking because she was on the same level as my daughter. So that should tell you like how much I love them. And so she goes, I'm sorry I ignored you. I know you told me like 8 months ago, but I'm not fierce like you. I'm not brave like you. And I said, you may think I'm fierce, you may think I'm brave, but I said doing the right thing has never been easy, and it's just not like some fire you have going all the time. You just refuse to accept the opposite, right? And I said, when I moved to Samoa with all 4 of my kids, I didn't know anybody there. Like, I was following my heart. I was following what God told me to do. Like, in no way was that easy. In no way me exposing the family and what they've done and putting it under the rug has been easy, because everybody hates you for telling the truth because they're a part of, what's happening. And I said, it's been going on for too long. I'm sorry. I'm like the black sheep. I'm the one that it stops with me. It stops with my children. And I said, this is not a good way to start your marriage by having someone who, I said, I was there for your guys' first everything. While y'all's parents was out the club and talking about Jesus, I was the one raising y'all. Like, I was there for your first feasting. I changed all your diapers. I fed y'all. I braided your hair. Like, I didn't go to the club when I was a teenager. I let y'all come spend the night and we played dress up. Like, I was literally a mother to you. Like, even raising my own kids, I still gave you money. And so, basically she made the decision. It caused a lot of gossip and disruptiveness in the family, of course, to where I woke up the next day like just bawling at 4:00 in the morning because that showed me how painful this situation was. And so, and I'm glad that I got up and just cried out of nowhere, because I was like, okay, this is showing me how I really feel about the situation. And I basically had to, tell her, like, you made your choice and I'm sorry I can't be a part of this. I've told you the truth and now I need to separate myself, right? With everybody, because even with my own mother never defending me, and they all had stuff happen to them and never, stood up for any of it. And I was just like, I could not imagine what I would do if someone did something to my daughter and no one defended her, especially myself. And so it basically just caused everybody to look at me as a troublemaker, basically.
Yeah.
As if I'm 40 years old now, just making up stories and things like that. So that big truth caused me to not have anybody help me raise my children.
Wow.
And to do everything alone. And that's what sometimes integrity looks like, is doing the right thing no matter who is telling you otherwise or how the situation is making you feel. You completely have to step back, and even if you miss them, you still gotta keep going and know why you did it. And it also has caused my children to think that I hate everybody. I had to wait until they got older for them to understand, like, it was my job. It's my job to protect you. Like, it's not my job to be your slave and give you all these materialistic things that you want, like you think it is. It's about, like, protecting you, making sure you got soul food, like a good word in your mind and your heart, prayers, and these things that a mother is supposed to do, physical protection, spiritual protection. So yeah, it also caused my children to look at me with a lot of indifferences and just very uncomfortable. It was very uncomfortable for me to feel them looking at me a certain way, but only me knowing why I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that was a lot, but yeah.
That was just enough. Are you complete?
But I'm complete.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing them. You said some very, very vital things, but I'll double back to it. Let the Lady E share her perspective. Go ahead, Lady E. You're up.
Can you repeat the question?
The question was, what has the truth cost you?
Okay, I get wrapped up in her story, like, because some of that resonates. But what has the truth cost me? The truth has cost me jobs. The truth has cost me friendships.
Mm-hmm.
The truth has cost me family members. The truth has caused me heartache when you have attachments, because all of those things are attachments. So sometimes when you, this is what Nema was talking about, when you begin to speak the truth, people vacate. But being okay with the vacation that they take, because you know that as long as you tell the truth, that they become circle the block people. As you grow, these people become circle the block people. They'll be bad.
Truth is true.
They always come back because they're watching you. They want to be like you. Mm-hmm. They want to be able to tell the truth. Most people want to be able to tell the truth. They want to be able to speak their piece and say the uncomfortable things that may step on other people's toes. But the attachment to the feelings that somebody, how they may feel about it, is what prevents them from doing it. And it's like, is that protecting somebody at that point? So that kind of takes us back to what I was saying, the dude through the window. At that point, are you really protecting that person, or are you building on a facade just because there's an attachment? So that's my view.
Are you complete, my love?
I am complete.
Okay. Yeah, this is so. I wanted to touch a couple of things that you guys shared because this is really, really powerful. That there's a price for telling the truth. Lady E, you said something really, really valuable in that. What does it matter if they take a vacation from you, which is good, which is really good because maybe you do need a vacation from them. Maybe that's what it's designed for, the whole telling of the truth. Maybe that's because we need to vacate ourselves from the environment. Like Nema said, she had to vacate from everybody at the cost of her children looking at her crazy, looking like mom is definitely enemy number one in the family because she just doesn't put no attention over there. And that is what I think about the truth. That's what I personally think about the truth. But I want to ask you guys, is it worth it? Who would like to go first? Is it worth it what it cost you?
Yeah.
I can go first.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, Miss Janie.
Yes.
No, go ahead.
Is it worth it?
Am I going? Or
Yes, go ahead,
Yes.
Nema.
okay. Yes, it was worth it. Absolutely. No, I'm not gonna say it was easy. It was definitely a lot of emotions. There's times where, when I noticed one of those, her other little sister was pregnant, I cried the other day, and I processed that so I wouldn't hold on to it. Of knowing I don't get to see their children because that would be like my grandbabies. That's what on the level of that is. And so yes, it was worth it because I just can't accept that. I'm just not built to accept BS. Like I have to clean it all out, all of it. I'm the one that has to clean all that ancestral stuff since 1721. I didn't work over a decade of processing and purging all of this stuff just to go back to the same stuff that it's just toxic. It's toxic, and it's like we set the tone for how people treat us. We set the tone, and even if they don't see the truth or they don't process it, eventually they have to come to their own selves and deal with the situations. But yeah, overall, it's absolutely worth it. The journey is never easy to tell the truth, to process it. I don't know how many times I've spoken the truth with my voice shaking, my heart aching, but it was worth it.
Ooh.
I'm complete.
I feel you on that 100%. Thank you, Nema. Miss Janie, you want to go next?
Yes, the truth is the truth. Simple as that. The truth is the truth. You tell the truth, and if that hurts the other person, so be it, because you're not trying to hurt them. Why go to bed with a lie? If you don't tell them the truth, that's on you. I believe in not having stuff on me.
And what about receiving the truth, Miss Janie? When you're the person receiving the truth, how are you processing it then?
I think I'm good with accepting the truth. Because the truth is the truth. I mean, if it hurts me, or if I'm upset about it, I still appreciate that person for telling me the truth. And there is a correct way to tell the truth.
Oh, your husband's sharing back there? We want to tell him he got to come to the front to share. We ain't doing no background sharing.
Come on. Is that what you were saying?
I was just saying, can you hear me?
Yeah.
It's the correct way is sharing things with the folks that have aggrieved you, not everybody else. It's you don't go to everybody else and tell them about somebody else's transgressions and shortness and weaknesses but you share that with that person, and you attempt to share with them in love, not in hate and envy and and all that kind of stuff and vengeance, but in love, and it should be both ways. It should be given that way. It should be received that way.
Okay, he's done. You done, Mike?
Yeah, I'm finished.
He's finished. Okay.
Tell him thank you, gratitude for sharing with us. Gratitude.
Thank you. We're spiritual. We're not. Anyway, go ahead.
I appreciate you and your husband sharing, Miss Janie. That was very powerful, because the impact of telling the truth this is what we're going to chop it up tonight. We're going to keep going. Come on, Miss E. Come on, Lady E. Come on now. Is it worth it? Thank you for the likes, Mama J. I love healthy, intelligent conversations through sapiosexuals. Thank you, Mama J. Your compliments are always extraordinary. Thank you. Go ahead, Lady E. Say your piece.
This every time for me, I feel every time it's rewarding. It's rewarding. Do people sometimes get hurt by the truth? Yeah, but and I hate to say but, because that kind of negates someone's feelings, but I just don't think that feelings belong in it.
Ooh.
Like, I don't think feelings belong. See, that's because it's hard to remove the emotion when you've been hurt by somebody else's truth. So let me explain. And I'm not speaking from somebody speaking truth out their mouth, because I can listen to a person talking, right? But I see something else. To me, that's true. So when I ask a question or have a statement behind something that was said, and then here comes a reaction, because here we are right back, to the attachment, because it's how you react, how you respond. So here comes a reaction that's negative. Now that lets me know, oh, that's a nerve. Okay, but you just said such and such, but you're doing opposite of what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So make it make sense for me. At what point is that truth and is for you, and at what point should I care about how you feel about that? Because you're literally displaying two sides.
And does caring, sorry to cut you in, but I just wanted to say, does caring alter the truth? Because I care about you, does that alter the truth?
The truth stands alone by itself. It doesn't need a kickstand. Just like where Farmer Jay said in the comments, in some circles, the truth gets stitches. Okay, that's an attachment to the circle, but it doesn't negate the fact that the truth still lives in the middle of the circle. So what circle are you going to be attached to? Because if I'm attached to a circle that the truth is going to get me stitches, I don't even need to be a part of you. What do I need you for? Come again? Explain that to me. Because as far as I'm concerned, my need and my help comes from the higher power. So what do I need you for? Because you know what I'm saying? People become attached to different things that they may need in their life, right? Oh, well, this person's good at this and this person's good at that. Okay, but the moment they show you an untruth behavior, what are you going to do then? Because when that behavior shows up, you're seeing the true person. So you're going to still deal with that person in that space. You can, and I have with many people. That's called meeting you right where you at, because now I know you can no longer do this, that, and the other for me. when I see you, is when I see you. Hey, what's up? Hey, how you doing? I could be in the same room with you. All of that, but yeah, you can't do that for me. I would never support that. Like that's how I flow. That's it.
I have one more question before you leave. Before you leave, since you're already here, my next question is: have you ever compromised your truth because of someone's feelings or emotions? Have you ever compromised telling the truth because of someone's emotions or their feelings?
Yes, and
Everybody has.
Was that for me?
Yes, that's for you. Go ahead, Lady Empress. Hold on, ladies. Lady Empress, since she's here, she'll take this one first. Go ahead.
So, yes, I can't say that it's never, wow, that's say it again.
Have you ever compromised your truth because of someone you care about or because of their emotions? Have you ever compromised your truth?
Yes. And so, like when Eternal Ether was talking about a molestation, right? With my children, gosh, I wish some of them were on here because they surely would come up to that was a whole thing that where my children felt that I lacked love sometime for them because I always kept things what it was. And my mother always had a problem with that. She's like, you tell them too much. I'm like, it's my life. It's what happened. Why would I tell them otherwise? You know what I'm saying? So, and that played a part in my life for a long time when, back when my mom was living, I saw myself beginning to alter the truth because my mother felt that it was wrong to tell my children this, that, or the other about my life. And that, when I went through that season of my life, there was a time where I didn't speak to my mother for 9 months. She didn't see her grandchildren for 9 months. I literally packed up and I left. I moved out. And I took the stance that you can't tell me what to do and how to raise my children. Because it had gotten to the point, even though I was given into what she felt, baby boomer thought process, what she felt was right. I was given into that, and it was causing her to say things in front of the children to me, as if demeaning me. But hold on, you telling me to hold my truth. Wait a minute here. Like, let's cut this. Like, this ain't that. And, so my mother, one thing that she used to say, and this is before I had children, when I was younger, one thing she used to say all the time, and I hear a lot of baby boomers say this: what happened in this house stays in this house.
Crazy talk. And
I was always that child, like, why can't such and such know that the water is off? Because what happened in this house stays. You talk too much. See, and that's where my gift was silence. That's where my truth began being silent because of forceful things, like that. Like, don't you say, and it would be if we're at the store, a yank on the arm, or a squeeze of the hand, like you bet not say nothing, stuff like that. So yes, there has been a time that I've done that. And there's been time that I corrected it.
And that's something most people don't have an opportunity to do, or they don't get to that stage in their lives where they can correct it, to stop it from generationally continuing, So we're going to celebrate you tonight. I told you that we were going to celebrate you tonight, because not only for this level of strength, but for stopping a curse from continuing in your lineage. That's huge. We're not going to take it small. Ladies, we're celebrating Lady E tonight, okay? Thank you.
And there's remnants left from that. There's remnants left from that I still deal with now with my grown children. Like right now, like as yesterday.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that it's an ongoing process where you're, trying to curve that thought process that was embedded in them that shouldn't have never even been placed in the DNA in the first place. So,
yeah,
I'm complete.
You're complete. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Who would like to go next? Did you ever have to, let me reiterate the question. Did you ever have to compromise your truth because of someone you cared or because of their emotions? Go ahead, Miss Janie.
Yes, I've done that all my life. I was 10, 11 years old. The preacher would be preaching, and I'm like, oh, that's not right. And I should raise my hand. My daddy was a minister. Anybody, that's how I was. I'll be raising my hand while the preacher preached. My dad would look at me like, don't you say nothing. I always had something to say. That was my problem. My dad said, you talk too much. We're going to this guest church. Sit down, say nothing. I said, but they don't be telling the truth. That's me. So I was the girl at church or at school or everywhere I went, raise my hand and say, but that's not what really happened, or that's not what the Bible said, or that's not what,
And I know that wasn't easy, Miss Janie. I know that's not easy to always be on the side of truth.
Yeah, and my grandmother used to always say, say it, baby, go ahead and say it. My dad used to look at her in church like, don't you say it. Don't you say it. So, but when I got in that car, I said it. I had to get it out. That's one thing about me. I have to get it out. If I don't get it out, I would go
combust. Miss Janie combust right way to the mute button. Thank you for sharing, Miss Janie. Thank you so much. We appreciate. Nema, have you ever had to compromise your truth because of people you cared or because of someone's emotion? Have you ever had to compromise?
Yeah, quite a few. I mean, probably more than I can count. I don't even know which story to pick. Yeah, because I think it's the same for a lot of us, where you're told to shut up and nothing leaves the house. And, there was a lot of lying going on from my maternal side, because when my grandmother came here as an immigrant from Mexico, she had to hide who she was, and she only went to church to try to hide who she was because she was not religious. So that has caused me to hide my truth my whole life about being a medicine woman, because I was shown that it wasn't safe. Like, you don't tell nobody that you do this type of stuff. Like, it's not okay. Like, and so, yeah, this whole past 2 decades, I've compromised the truth of who I am because of being told that it's not safe to tell people this line of work. And so it comes with the fear of like, oh my God, I can't say anything. And then you got to shove that back down, which then goes into, it affecting your body, because you're shoving that, you're compromising being able to voice yourself.
That's right.
Quítate.
Oh, Miss Janie gonna come back up in a few. Nema, how do you feel now that you can say to people, this, I have an opportunity to do the work that I love? How do you feel now that you can actually say that?
It's still a work in process because it shows up every now and then, and I think the only way to truly continue to make it better is by, you know, telling myself I don't have to do that anymore. Like, this is the year of the dragon. It's completely safe now. So yeah, it's definitely been a work in progress, but it's definitely has progressed majorly. So it feels good now not to have to hide who I am anymore, right? And so it's like, I'll give it just a short example and then I'll be finished. I made someone cry yesterday. Well, I don't know if I want to say I made them cry, but I had walked in a coffee shop and I was going to talk to the owner about, you know, the reserved rooms that she has so that I could do consultations there. Because I don't like bringing nobody to my home that I don't already know because of the energy. But she was just like really, really rude. And, you know, it's been like that a few times. And so I just let it go, you know, and I was just like, maybe it was me or maybe someone just had a bad day. But then I noticed that wasn't the situation this time. But anyway, she started crying, kind of like that pregnancy cry where it's just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just so dramatic. And I was just like, that ain't had nothing to do with me. And I left. I wasn't going to compromise me having a bad day, knowing that, you know, because I'm way too compassionate sometimes. So I just walked out of there. I didn't even grab my coffee that I ordered. And I was like, I'm not going to compromise myself right now. Whatever just happened, that's her. And I was 100% sure about it, you know. But in the back of my mind, I was just like, dang, I hope she's okay. But I was not about to, you know, there's some situations you really just have to... yeah, because I just feel like I would have been compromising myself.
That's right. That's right. Janie is cheering you on for exiting stage left. Janie's cheering you on.
Thank you. But I feel like even doing that, right, we always get those opportunities to where it's like, okay, we're going to act in our old behavior, you know, what we know of, or are we going to change the game right now? Because I was just like, that is not me. That is not, because I know when it's me, and even when it's hard, I'll be trying to take responsibility as much as possible. But I was like, no, but like my spirit was like, girl, you get out of here right now. We don't got time for this.
That's right. Ooh. So that now, I feel like this is the kind of freedom I wanted to get to. This level of freedom where you have been practicing the truth so much that you get to these avenues here where you can see it and not always run to it as a giver, as a giving soul. This is the level in the truth serum that I wanted to get to. Thank you. Since you're speaking about it, Nema, how do you feel inside of your mind now that you can see it and not feel compelled in every moment to run to it, to be the savior, to be the shoulder, to be the available ears? How do you feel now that you've been practicing?
I feel like a 2-year-old.
Go ahead.
I feel like a 2-year-old just jumping up and down inside. Like I feel like I have so much more energy because that energy is not being wasted on letting people drain me. And I'm not helping them by just, you know, because the number one rule in this practice is you can't help people that don't ask for your help. And so to just get up and walk away and let her, you know, be with herself, because it was just not my place to take it upon myself and walk away with her luggage, you know, because I've allowed people to hand me their luggage so many times. I mean, it's just like, I can't, that's just over and over and over, you know, and I knew that I had to start setting that example because I have a son who was like me too. He like me when I was little, you know, just doing everything for everybody. I'm the nice one, but like then you have to realize people take advantage of that, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere they're gonna make you the problem.
That's
and
right.
It's like if you don't walk away when Spirit tells you to walk away, then you're not just compromising something within yourself, you're creating a whole new problem. And so for me, it just feels like a celebration. It feels like a celebration that I've been working towards for so long. And not to say that I have not done it throughout the years, but when you find yourself compromising your truth and not listening to Spirit, it almost feels like you have to start all over again, right?
Yeah.
And so this one was a big one for me because it was just, you know, stepping back, and I didn't react to her in the way she talked to me right away. I really stepped back and was like, okay, this is what's happening, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna speak our truth right now. And I just said, thank you for letting me know that I do not need to be in this space, you know.
Gratitude.
I said it respectfully. But when I left, in my head, I was like, please, like, you know, like, this is not happening today. So yes, back to the question, it feels absolutely wonderful. Like it's like my heart is bursting open, and that is just the goal throughout this entire year, is to just keep my heart space open.
Yes, you deserve it, Nema. You deserve it. And thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that. Who would like to answer the question next? Greetings, 3D. Thank you for coming through. Who would like to answer the question next, lady? Don't all rush at the same time now.
I answered first, remember?
Oh, okay. Get Miss Janie. How do you feel now that you are practicing telling the truth?
Practicing telling the truth. Well, I've always told the truth. That's why I got in trouble. That's why I got kicked out of school. That's why I got whoopings. That's why, I mean, all the truth as I perceived it to be as a child. That's what it is, you know. So I didn't hold it in because I felt like I would die if I kept it in. So now, like, if I die, then I'll die with this lie, or I'll die with this here, not knowing, or I'll die with not speaking about it and stuff. So
Ooh, that's good.
My dad's always tell me, you're always seeing stuff and saying stuff. Close your eyes. That's what he told me, close your eyes.
Ooh, Miss Janie, you just opened in so many thoughts that I had today about being observant. And the observant children always got in trouble for being observant, and they were never supported for being observant, you know, because usually the practice is to observe and not say anything about what you observe. But if you're an observant kid, yes, you want to say something about that.
And my great-grandmother used to always say, go ahead and say it, baby. She the one that always get me in trouble. Oh, don't keep it in, baby. Say it. And I look at her, she over there smiling and stuff. I think she wanted me to get in trouble.
She's trying to keep you nice and clear. Nice and clear. Thank you, Miss Janie. Thank you for sharing.
I'm done.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Come on up, Lady
I
E.
must have missed when you asked the next question. I don't know what I was thinking. You know, sometimes the conversations be so good. Like, you know, you get to listening to the stories and you're like, wow, you know, and it totally missed. I didn't even know you had asked the question. What is it now that you're telling the truth?
Yes, now that you've been practicing the truth, how does it feel in your mind and your body now that you've been practicing, you know, telling the truth? How's it feel?
I mean, like it feels good. It feels great, but I mean, I wasn't never practicing a lie. You know, just like what they're saying, like I got in trouble all the time, hit in the mouth, you know, in the back seat of the car, like all the time. You know, teachers was calling home like, yeah, she got a number 7 in talking. It's like, how you get a 7 in talking? Like, I was always in trouble. Like, I was always in trouble. So.
Oh, you guys see how this tribe work is, man? The whole tribe of observant people that tell the truth. Look at this. We can't make this life up. We cannot make this life up.
I don't talk to my sister, my blood sister, right now, and I only have one sister, just one. I don't talk to my sister right now because of the truth. And you know, I remember times where she would tell our stepbrother, she would, you know, don't tell Londa because, you know, she gonna tell it. She gonna tell the truth. If you do it, yeah, I'm gonna tell it. Like, you're not about to have me wrapped up in, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yep.
There's times where she didn't come home, got in trouble because you was out at the supposed to be at the pinball place, but you over some dude house. Mama find out now she done gave you a backhand over the rocking chair. I don't want to be a part of that. Like, I don't want to get hit in my face and knocked over the chair. I just don't want it.
That, as you should. That's right. That's right. So you're going to tell the truth. Now, I tell you, there are some perks to telling the truth as well. Not only in your body, but just in your life, how your life manifests. Once you get on track with just telling your truth, regardless of what people say about your truth, there's some benefits to it as well. The freedom in your mind, the freedom in your life, and also this turtle shell that you get, you know, this protection that you get, because like your sibling said, don't tell Alonda because she's definitely going to tell the truth. Don't tell her.
That's like, did you see that part on Monique and Shay Shay where she was talking about the girl in school that got pregnant, and the girl told her that the baby wasn't here, and she was like, I'm about to tell that.
Yep.
Like,
yep.
You're not about to have me sitting at the lunch table with this dude.
Right.
He's thinking that that's your baby, and it's not. Like, and we're friends. Like, he's gonna attach me to that lie that, like, oh, and you knew this wasn't my baby. Like, come on. Like, come on now. Like, we gotta be better than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you even allow? Some people allow themselves to be attached to something just for sake of the friendship.
Yep.
They want a friend so bad that they'll allow themselves to be attached to a lie to hold on to a friendship. But if you attach it to a lie, isn't the friendship a lie too?
That's right. How are we even friends?
Yeah, is it real? Like,
oh no, when my best friend cheated on her husband, that's the day she lost me as a friend.
Oh,
if she tried to make me feel bad for it too, I was just like, nope, I'm not going to be a part of this. And because I knew his whole family, so I was just like, nope, sorry.
Wow.
But can I say something real quick? Because what I've noticed is that basically we all have in common, we talk too much, we've all talked too much growing up. But you know, I was at this Native event in Washington a couple years ago, and I was being stalked and threatened by this one guy from this certain tribe, and I had to, you know, make a report or whatnot. And the whole theme was like, how do we protect our women, like MMWI, like missing and murdered Indigenous women. So long story short, an elder asked me to speak up, and I'm telling this is like 40,000 people, but because it's an elder, you can't really say no. Not in this situation. And I'm not a public speaker, but I promise you, I don't even remember what I said, but I was telling everybody what it looks like to actually protect women. and how they need to go home and look at themselves and face themselves, etc. But anyways, when I was done, I was so nervous. My face was red. I don't remember a word I said, but all the women came up to me, like thousands of women, crying and thanking me. So that was a good outcome, right? Of I talked too much because they obviously wanted to hear what I had to say. And so since then, I've been acting in several places. So that's a good part of, talking too much or having a lot to say.
Yeah.
It paid off.
To me, it always pays off when you talk too much. You're not hoarding secrets. And like 3D said, lies are very heavy. Nobody wants to carry them. They don't do our temples any justice, okay? we don't feel good with the lying. So it's best we get it all out. Hey Treaty, did you want to come up? We're getting ready to close up. Did you want to come up and share your thoughts on telling the truth and the impact of telling the truth? Let me know. Send a friend request. Just let me know.
You become the bag lady when you do that.
Wait, let me get
Can
you
you
up.
still hear?
Yes, go ahead. What did you say?
You become the bag lady when you do that. You carrying other people's bags. You become the bag lady.
Hoarding and carrying. Oh, this is the last thing I wanted to ask, right? I would if I could, but I can't. So I shan't.
So I shall not. I got that conjecture. Shall not.
Yes, so I shan't. Thank you, 3D. I love it. Thank you. I have one more question before we go. One more question. So we spoke about wait, let me over there got me cracking up. Let me get myself up. So we spoke about all of the ways that truth impacted us, right? But I wanted to just speak real quick about these traumatic situations that called for the truth, right? Would you say that you were able to release the trauma by telling the truth? Would you say that was a direct result of telling the truth? That you were able to release the impact of the trauma to still carry on in your life? I know Lady E, you said that you still process some of it, daily as as soon as yesterday, but would you say that telling the truth does help you release the trauma?
Yes. When I say, process some of it yesterday, I'm talking about the residual, the residuals of, that trauma with my mom and my children. You see, there's even an area with my youngest daughter where, there's things that she thinks that I just didn't pay her any attention or didn't care during the time when my mother passed. Like, she literally thought when she would say some things and I'd be like, I don't remember that. She thought that I was not being truthful. And it wasn't until she saw that occurring, not just with her, but with, other people. Because during that time, there was so many things that happened at one time. Losing your mom on your birthday, and then 4 months later, your dad dies. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then my stepmom died a month after that, and I'm guardian over all of these at the same time. Like, I'm still dealing with property stuff right now to this day. So when I say that the residual effect, sometimes people get hurt, that are a part of, your immediate family. Sometimes they get hurt in the process unknowingly. Like, you weren't trying to hurt them, but they just have a hurt that lives there because of a part of your lack of something. So, residual effects can, they can carry a load, and
Oh yeah.
to see it when you watch it and see it unfolding, and you want to reach out and help. That's why I say, you know, when you separate yourself from attachments, a lot of times you can watch it like a movie. Watching the person that you care about, and you want them to know and understand, like, yeah, I see you wearing that hurt. But I'll be here for you when you fall, because no matter what you tell them, because they may have animosity towards you because of whatever lack that they experience and emotions that was developed, you know, they're carrying that.
You're frozen there.
I'll be here when you need me. Let me know.
Wait, you froze for a long time.
Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
The camera froze for a long time.
I did?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What was the last thing you heard? What was the last thing you heard?
You said something about me. That was it. And then you froze out right there. Well,
I don't know.
Clear to, I think it was something that was clear to you, you know, that became clear to you.
Oh, you know, when you're watching it play out as a movie, when the emotions, you see the emotions that are attached to the person from being hurt.
Oh yeah.
You know, due to a lack. So you begin to tell them, or you say, you know, I'll be here for you. You know, let me know if you need my help.
Yeah.
Let me know. Now the ball is in their court, because you don't want to push yourself on them and make them feel like, you know, because they already have the animosity towards you because of what you did unknowingly. You know, it wasn't on purpose. But sometimes people have to grow into that level of losing expectations and being able to forgive. That's when you begin to learn that forgiveness is for self, just like compassion is for self.
Just like the truth is for yourself. Forgiveness is an attribute of the truth. We'll be more inclined to forgive if we knew it was based in the truth. And you
know what? I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, previously, Miss Janie said she's learned how to handle the truth. She might be upset, but she's learned to handle the truth, right? Just how to take it on. So you feel more at ease to take on the truth if it's based, you know, if it already is based there. You feel me?
Yes. You know, I wanted to say you triggered something, a thought from that last question about not the very last one, but there was the question where you asked times where you have told the truth.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you and I were talking, I'm faced right now with, if I tell the truth about certain things with the company that laid me off and provided me a severance package, there's consequences to me telling the truth.
Yeah.
About the company. You hear what I say?
Yeah.
About the company that laid me off. Like, they, in the severance packet, it's a non-disclosure.
Wow. Look at that.
So when I say the medical field breeds arrogance, do they want to protect lives? And blatantly in that contract, it says, you know, you will speak good of the company despite anything that is not good. Like, it blatantly says that. Yeah.
Now you just said now the lengths at which folks will go to cover their lie, the lengths at which to even get it in writing to cover their lie. Now that's amazing. That's amazing right there. Yeah.
And
Nema said her
that's
phone
where you
died.
come in with your rights.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, her phone died. That's where you get into your rights.
That's
you know,
right.
and so there was different FOIA letters that I sent out to this company because you receive federal funds.
Right.
So I don't care what disclosure NDA you try to place upon me because you're a public company. Yeah, and you better deliver, because if you don't, there's going to be repercussions for you.
Mm.
There's going to be repercussions for you. Yeah.
That's the piece people don't talk about. When people got receipts, so that is going to close us off because I want to give y'all a quick story. Look at this.
Okay.
Now, the reason why you need receipts is directly linked to something Monique said in her conversation with her husband. Her son put out a video about the type of mother she is, right? In relation to what she said to Shannon Sharpe about her relationship with her children and how different it is because she was in two different places in her mind and in her life, right? Now, because she shared so much truth about herself, she's now receiving death threats on her life. She and her husband, okay? So her truth has now put her life in danger. So my last question to wrap this up tonight, my last question is, will you still tell the truth if your life is in danger? Who would like to go first? Miss Janie? Lady E?
Well, you won't know your life is in danger until you tell the truth. Then you know your life is in danger. Like, oh, shoot. Because, like me, Monique, she didn't know about what she was saying. Her life was going to be in danger. She didn't know. So a lot of times you won't know until you speak the truth. And then you suffer the consequences.
Mm-hmm. Now, what if they are like Lady E's job is saying, we know the truth, you know the truth, and you cannot tell the truth. And that puts your life or your livelihood in danger. Are you still telling the truth?
Okay, life is not promised to you, okay? If you tell a lie, you might die with that lie. That's how I see it.
Duly noted. Duly noted.
Some people were like, oh, girl, nah, I'm not going to say it then. But, I don't want to die with a lie. That's all.
Duly
because
noted.
tomorrow's not promised to us. I can go to sleep tonight and not wake up in the morning. And so I didn't die with a lie.
Oh, that's good.
So I have to tell the truth because I know people that have died with the lie.
Me too. That's a very valid point there, Miss Janie. Go ahead, Nama.
So hold on 1 second, just 2 seconds. Let me close my door so you guys can't hear the kids.
And thank you to everyone that came through the live tonight. Thank you guys for rocking with us, for liking the live, for sending gifts. We really, really appreciate every night we've been coming through and the community has been coming through and chilling with us. It has been wonderful. Thank you to my YouTube community tonight. You guys was kind of quiet, but thank you still for the love. I appreciate everyone coming through. Go ahead, Nema. Say your piece.
Okay, so all of this made me think about how we can also liberate someone by, like, of course, when you intuitively feel the need to. So I felt like I had to intuitively find it within myself, and it had to be true, that when I knew my husband cheated on me, I had to be honest. It took me a couple days, about 3 days to get there, and to tell him it's okay if you love someone else. And then that liberated him to tell the truth, and we was both freed.
Wow.
But I had to mean it. I had to really dig deep within myself and be like, I don't own you. Like, you know, like if you want to go, you're free to go.
Now that's some truth and unattachment at the same time. That's really good.
Yeah, it was hard. But it just made me think of that, like, wow. It also made me feel better in the situation that I was able to go within myself and do that.
Yeah, because even if it cost your life, even if it cost your happiness, you should still tell the truth. I'm jamming. Thank you very much for that, Nema. Are you complete?
Yeah, I'm complete. Thank you.
Thank you for come on up there. Lady E, even if it cost you your life or your livelihood, you still rocking with the truth?
Now you know. I'm still telling the truth. And I'm going to do every avenue within that to protect my truth. Just like what I just said. You hear me on here talking about the severance. You hear me on here talking about the NDA.
That's right.
Did I still sign the severance? Yes, I did. But were they met with how I felt about it? Absolutely. And I have the receipts. They were met and resisted what they were met with, that they didn't even respond to the fourth email. There was not even a response. But when I sent the signed document, it was, I've sent you this, I got no response. I've sent you that, I got no response. According to federal law, you have blah, blah, blah to respond. Here is the signed document that you requested of,
Yeah.
It was, you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I signed it in my truth, and you all are aware of what that truth is. You can't silence me with money. Are you kidding me? And then I had the audacity to tell him that what you offered isn't my value. It's way higher.
It ain't even enough to keep your mouth closed.
Not only that, it comes with slavery attached to it. And many people don't read severance agreements to even know and understand that there are slavery aspects attached to a severance agreement. Anytime someone is telling you, if a lawsuit come up, in the future, you are to be available and present to represent us without compensation.
What?
Yes, honey. Yes, because they feel that they own your license. This is corporate America, which is slavery. They feel that they own you. They think just because you went to school, you got a license, you paid for the schooling, you got loans out for the schooling, but we own that license because you got to do what we tell you to do because it's our company. No, bitch. I mean,
this the life for that. This the life for that. We do. You made Miss JD say what?
But no, boo-boo. Yes.
Y'all done brought the other lady Empress out tonight. Y'all done brought.
That's when I read it. I'm like, I was hot. I was so heated. I called my brother. I was so heated. Oh my God. And it took him to tell me, you know what to do. You already know how to handle these people. You already know how to handle them. So yeah, I have my receipts, and they're gonna be slapped all upside the head. Because when I request that information of what I was called the ninja word 3 times in a row, and I did a reel about that on TikTok. It's on TikTok. I did a reel about it the day it happened. there was another time that I was called a slave by an employee. So, oh yeah, yep, I'm assigning this severance, and you know how I feel about it. So when you get all the other pertinent documentation, be ready to show up for corporate, because I fight with God's law, and God's law supersedes man's law.
That's
and
that
I
grace.
know that. Right. See, nobody can tell me that it's any different or otherwise, because God told me.
Yeah, it cannot be otherwise. It cannot be. It is so.
Yeah.
And it is so.
And it is so. And so it is. And I want to say tomorrow is me and my husband's wedding anniversary. So I have not decided if we're going to go live. But I do want to say it's ironic that Miss Janie's husband was chiming in, because I did sit down and have a conversation with my sons and my husband earlier, asking them if they would be a guest, because there was some things that we were talking about a few weeks ago about how men, growing up, from boys to men,
yes,
how they interact with each other and different fears and stuff like that. And they did say that they were willing to come on. I just don't know if we're going to do that tomorrow or not. So I wanted to let everybody know that. I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. Well, tentatively, you're letting us know whether you'll be with us tomorrow or not. Miss Janie said that's why she stopped teaching and opened up her own daycare. That's exactly why.
Good for you. Good for you, Miss Janie. Good for you. See, that's my truth. I'm in transition. I'm literally in transition from being the employee and entrepreneur. I'm in transition of making that my entire life, because it had been, I'm working and trying to keep my business afloat.
Okay, Miss Janie. Oh, she got cut off. She was going to say, okay. So you guys know around 10 o'clock, I start winding it down, and thanking everyone. Oh, there go Miss Janie. Let's get what she was about to say about leaving corporate and having her daycare.
Yes, because I wanted to do it the right way. When you work for someone else, they always take shortcuts and everything else. And like when you teach school, for some reason, a lot of stuff they teach you is not right. And I knew that. And I'm like, well, that's not what really happened. I was like, well, what history y'all, why are y'all getting this from? That's not what really happened. Well, you just have to teach, because, I would say something and the parents were like, well, where did she get that from? In the school, like, just stick to the curriculum. I said, but the curriculum is wrong. It's not right. It's a lie. That's the same thing, my lie thing. My husband know I'm like that too. That's why he had to come over and say something too. I will speak the truth no matter what.
As you should, Miss Janie. You deserve to. Come on now.
I know. Yeah, and so, that's why I said, they had this big building next door to the school. I said, okay, I'm going to buy this building and I'm going to open up a daycare center. And that's what I did. And I had 2 teachers quit the school because I had a pre-K and a kindergarten class. And they came and taught at the daycare.
Wow. And you have your daycare to this day?
Oh, good now, honey. I sold that to a teacher that's next door, because me and my husband, we were moving. I had that in Fort Worth. My daycare, I had it for 16, 17 years. Oh, no, wait. Oh, no. Oh, my God. 18 years. And so after we were moving out of town, he said he's going to move whether I come or not. He's moving. I said, well, let me sell this daycare.
That's right. And make the move convenient too. When you already have something, set up. Thank you very much, Ian, for the happy Valentine's, ladies, from Ian. And I want to say thank you again for coming through. I love closing thoughts and to find out what you thought about our conversation today on the truth. if you each would just share your closing thoughts about what you feel about the truth and what you would like folks to know about standing up for truth. Ms. Janie, I'll have you go first.
The truth is no matter what. No matter what you think or anything, the truth is the truth. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Janie. Go ahead, Nema.
I think I said this earlier, but it's just, especially publicly, it's not always hard to speak your truth, but sometimes you just gotta make the choice to do it and know that later on that it's liberating, that it might not always feel easy, but you just have to choose it, and knowing that in the long run it's going to benefit you, even if so many people tried to shut you out your whole life, you still choose that. And it's not an easy road because the majority of people are dishonest, and so you are going against the grain. You're being the so-called black sheep. I wish we could find a better term for that, but
the outcast.
Yeah, it's tough, but everything that has to do with greatness is not an easy road. It's a challenging road, but it's a road that's worthwhile. Like, it is, in the long run. You don't, like I tell my kids every day, keep your karma clean, like what I said, is better to say nothing than to tell a lie. Just keep your mouth shut. If you're not going to tell the truth right now, just don't say nothing. You go on and you think about that, but I don't want to hear the lies. So don't even try to make up something. Just go on and you sit with that. You go sit and really be with yourself right now. So yeah, sometimes people, if you feel like you're gonna, go the other way with it, go and give yourself some space. Sometimes we need time to tell people the truth. Sometimes we need to process it a little bit more and build up that courage. And that's okay. It's okay. You don't always have to speak on it right away, but just knowing it's the better route and it's the more freeing and liberating route.
Mm-hmm.
I'm complete.
Ooh, thank you. Thank you very much for that, Nema. I appreciate that takeaway. And Lady Empress, what is your takeaway tonight on the truth?
That the truth shall set you free, and tell the truth, shame the devil, because the devil is the dark side inside of you. That's what you and I talked about. So tell the truth, because it's important, and you want to shame that dark side inside of you, because when the dark side shows up, that's not acceptable behavior all the time. Is the dark side needed sometimes?
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's how you get justice. That's where protection, so yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm complete.
Ooh, thank you. What? Y'all wrapping up early tonight. Okay.
Happy Valentine's Day to you ladies, to all of us. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Love Day. And I just want to say my takeaway tonight on the truth is that the truth is necessary. Not only would the truth set you free, to set your body free from everything. Your body deserves the truth. Okay. Thank you very much, ladies, again for another fabulous, fabulous conversation. I'm always thrilled that you come through and that you're willing to share your authentic selves with all of us on this live. Thank you to our TikTok family for coming through and sharing with us and sending up those likes and sending those gifts. And thank you to our YouTube community as well, especially if you're catching it on the playback. I love and appreciate you. Oh, thank you, Mr. Hicks, also for always being most present. Thank you, guys. I love and appreciate you. And let's stay in truth. Good night. you, thank you. As usual, y'all know we are lit. Oh, that's what it is.
Stop, wait a minute. What do you want?